right, shenanigans aside, welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Michael C. Maronna.
I don't remember ever getting top billing, but I'll take it now.
Once in a while. And to his right, Mr. Danny Tamberelli.
I feel like a caterpillar who's turned into a butterfly because it's been so long.
And my name is Jeremy. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We, like Danny just said, apologize. Straight off the bat, we haven't been good at doing this. Life has been tough.
We've been emotionally unavailable.
Oh, man. It's been and even this January.
We don't normally ghost our listeners too often. But
I try not to, anyway. Yeah.
You know.
But I went to El Salvador, and I want you to check out this beach.
I don't know what that means. What is? Yeah, no, we were not there. You can't podcast in El Salvador anyway, right? They don't have Wi-Fi there.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Just don't say anything bad.
Maybe that's just my my thoughts.
Jounce is big in El Salvador, in fact.
Are they?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing those tours? Maybe we should do like a Japanese tour, like a Chinese.
How do you
North
get
Korean
from El
tour?
Salvador to Japanese?
I'm just saying, as far as like the world of touring goes.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, like Dave Hill had the thing. You know, that's how I knew Dave Hill, because he used to do a UCB show called Big in Japan, and he was huge in Japan and was nothing in New York. His band. So I'm just saying,
it's true. It's true.
We got to widen for the video watchers.
Valley Lodge did a tour, right?
If I had only taken Spanish in high school instead of French, I could book us a tour in France. I can't book us a tour in South America because my Spanish is not very good.
I thought you were going to say priors. I was wanted to dig into that, but I won't.
No, I do. No.
No priors in El Salvador.
No, okay. Costa Rica perhaps, but that's it.
Yeah, don't you already approach the region sometimes?
I have not been back to Costa Rica in a long time. Yeah, I was at that band Midnight Spaghetti they did that. I did that 3 times. I got to go back and forth to Costa Rica and have fun.
I feel like when you say Midnight Spaghetti, you have to say bruh after or something. Like I was in Midnight Spaghetti.
I think your full name is
you're
Midnight
legally
Spaghetti.
Obligated to say the full name.
The full name is Midnight Spaghetti and the Chocolate G-Strings, which really just, you know. That's why I just say Midnight Spaghetti.
Everybody drink water.
Are you a part of the G-strings or are you part of the spaghetti part?
I don't know. I never used
you got to figure that shit out.
No, I'm a pickup guy. I'm our regular man's out of town. Can you fill in? So I don't have to do anything.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, sometimes they wear like full suit get-ups, like funk style, and I just wear my black jeans and a black shirt and stay in the back and play my funky bass lines.
And then once you're done, everybody's like, "Hey, are you the roadie? Are you just filling in or something?"
It's the guitar tech. He wears his guitar tech outfit.
You should have seen him. He was at Clem's for 12 hours eating shrimp cocktail because it was half off from noon to noon. Noon to noon, sir? Yeah, Clem's. I know there's a Clem's in Brooklyn, but Clem's also to me it just sounds like a dirty dive bar.
Yeah,
which Clem's is not. Joint. Clem's is an expensive
dive bar.
Yeah. No, but back to our initial thought of being basically just ghosting for a couple months. Life was tough, man, and it's January blahs right now, and we've talked about this every January. I think we've podcasted that it's one of the worst months of the year because it's so fucking depressing. What? No, you don't agree with that?
You could have good. I can't think of anything good right now about it, but there could be good things about it.
I haven't had a bad January.
There are plenty of good things about
it.
There are plenty of good things about it.
You're right.
Look,
and I should be more optimistic.
2 days right off the bat, right next to each other. Well, not next to each other. But, you know, you had New Year's Day and then the day after New Year's Day, which is always the best day.
And then that week they pushed
the AKA Landlord's Day.
Yeah. No, that's second day. Well, in Pennsylvania Dutch, that just means it's second day pork and sauerkraut. So the pork and the sauerkraut have had a whole night to sit in that pot
to get better.
Get better. So when you eat it for the second day in a row, you're like, oh man, like nothing can be better. And then day 3 is bad because then you've had enough.
It's funny you should say that. I went to Mama's Empanadas today, and it had a Polish one that had that had kielbasa and sauerkraut inside. And I absolutely did not go for it. I could make them myself. I think.
You did not get that?
No,
that sounds like it'd be right up your alley,
See,
Michael.
I think that.
I
Yeah,
know. I have kielbasa at home. I have a home kielbasa.
The thing is, like,
I picture Maronna having like what Garth had in his car.
The sausage is hanging around.
It's just Twizzlers, but it's kielbasa sauce. She's like, yeah, no, I just got my kielbasa.
And he like pulls up to him like the cross guard,
the
literal bacon dealer.
The Bratmobile instead of the Bratmobile, but it's the
I'm out of my thing. Fill me up. Yep. Get in that.
It's weird that Michael has a butcher's knife right as you walk in. So when he asks if you want kielbasa, he just grabs with one hand the knife and the other hand the long rope of kielbasa.
Why is the seatbelt so slimy?
Best car to get stuck in a snowstorm in would be that one. It's funny you mentioned the Polish thing because I made Reuben egg rolls last night, which is sauerkraut. Tofu Reuben egg rolls or tempeh? Sauerkraut, fake meat, and cheese and sauce, and you roll it up like an egg roll and fry it. Found it in Ohio. That's an Ohio delicacy. What's that?
But I have that Thousand Island dressing on that.
Oh, I had that. Yeah. We dipped too.
It's got to be a true Reuben.
Yeah. It wasn't great, but I did my best. They're kind of flat. I don't know how they cook them to make those egg rolls.
I would make you a tofu Reuben, Jeremy. That's one recipe that I picked up from the South one time.
Oh man, well that's what I had today was the broccoli Reuben. If you want to go with the vegetarian angle, ladies and gentlemen,
that would be your roller derby name actually.
It's not bad.
Jeremy's roller derby name is broccoli Reuben.
Yeah, broccoli Reuben. That's not bad. It's funny because right here on this little piece of paper, a long time ago, we talked about our first fast food places, and Michael, you were Pensacola Whataburger. I was Tallahassee Sonic, and then Danny, you couldn't decide, but we went with Jersey Sonic. Yeah,
Jeremy, Tallahassee Sonic is like
Tallahassee
that's
Sonic.
Also. I mean, you're definitely getting a title. You're getting a title shot this year. You're getting it with a name like that. You're getting a title shot. Tallahassee Sonic. You're on a roll. You're on a roll here. Let's name him one more time, Dan, and maybe he'll go to the top. Yeah,
it's the insidest of inside jokes.
Gosh, I don't. I've had. You know what? Whataburger is like, that weird experience in college. It's only happened once, and it remains, very pleasant in my memory in that way. I don't know if I revisited it would be the exact same.
I've got one. I figured out
a
weird experience in college. I would imagine so when you have a round diploma school.
No. I'm just thinking about places what we've been talking about with fast food joints, and so mine would be Patterson Checkers.
Whoa,
that is pretty good.
I think Patterson Checkers is a pretty good name.
You could be a blues musician.
It's your cousin, Patterson Checkers. Get a load. You know that new sound you've been looking for? Listen to this.
Hey guys, I'm really sorry we haven't done the podcast in a few months. I've been out on tour with Patterson Checkers doing the Southeast.
Patterson Checkers, famous DJ that unlocked the Bergen County sounds to the rest of young teeny bop listeners. Needy for that new hip
just
thing.
A lot of swishing. Yeah. Some weird sounds in there.
DJ Bonebreak, the drummer from X, got all of his drumming skills from Patterson Checkers back in the day.
DJ Bonebreak. That's real. I don't know about Patterson. Man, those are good names. I'm gonna have to live up to that.
Yeah, Patterson Checkers.
Yeah.
I don't think
Tallahassee Sonic is you really that might be the best one.
Yeah.
That's top tier. Well, I don't think Bensonhurst White Castle really comes close to either.
It doesn't exist anymore either. I don't think it counts.
Yeah. That's true. It's now.
They got rid of all of them around here.
Yeah.
But how was your holidays, fellas?
Ridgewood White Castle. That's the closest one for you. Is the Ridgewood White Castle?
Yeah.
Oh, did you convince Zillow to use the White Castle radius on their as a filter on their app?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, I want to put them out of business even worse than they are now.
Hey, they've been around since 1920, guy.
Really?
Yeah, they've been around forever. If all of them fight fight it out. Let White Castle stick around. They may be slidery, but they're.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Zillow. I was sure White Castle had been around that long.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I felt like
Zillow's been making people feel like homes are unaffordable since 1920.
Yeah, since 1920. Yeah, I figured it'd be 1929. It'd be a little bit more on the nose.
I did an order for lunch one day at the office, and I got White Castle, and everybody else had these fancy like Brooklyn, like, you know, faux noodles, and like somebody had a salad from one of those fancy places, and I just had this crave case of Beyond Burgers or whatever.
Wait, you got a crave case for your face?
I didn't. I got six of them.
Beyond Burgers.
Or
Are they denoted on the outside?
Yeah.
Is it denoted on the outside that it's a Beyond Burger crave case?
Yeah.
So
They're
everybody
different
realizes
too. They're thicker and they don't have holes in them and shit like the
Jeremy makes sure that's day 3 of the 3 days he works, so he doesn't have to come back the next day and people shun him for it.
I believe that was a Friday, so we washed it. We had 3 days to, 2.5 days to clean the memory.
Disinfect the bathrooms.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah. How was everybody's holidays were good, I hope. We didn't do it. Yeah, we didn't do a power hour this year. That I want to change next year. We'll figure it out. But I do feel bad we missed Brett and.
I think Santa we're just admitting that spirits aren't as high as they could be. That's all.
I think that's exactly well said.
It goes right along with the theme.
Yep. Well said.
The highs and lows of a pandemic. What can you say?
Who freaking knew? I'm ready to tour. I'm ready to do shows. I'm just ready. And every time we get close and then we backtrack, it's just like throws me into a funk.
It was a beautiful moment to share the stage with both of you this year, considering we didn't do it at all last year.
Yeah, you mean that one time? 2 times? 2 times.
Just one time.
We got 2 shows in.
We'll do it again.
Did we get 2 shows in? We got 1 show in.
Oh no, it was canceled. Yeah, all right. We got 1 show in. Hey, one's better than none.
Well, I love Jeremy's.
You're a heck of a tease, Jeremy.
No, because we had the other one that was canceled because of the Omicron. My buddy and Edmund and I were talking about what the other strains are going to be called once they come, because chances are they are
Shockwave.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I want.
I made a very poor joke, which was Necrocon, which was. No way, it was some other wording, but some necro.
No,
in there.
Necrocon was canceled because of the virus. You can go to Necrocon because too many people were not.
But I tried to fit in a zombie angle, you know what I mean? Be a necro something Omnicon, and that's sort of like where all the dead COVID people just come back to life.
And, was a really challenging character.
Yeah.
In Street Fighter 3.
I shouldn't joke like that, but you guys obviously loved it. You're cackling, but
I get it. It's like Waking Dead, but with COVID instead. I get it.
Too soon. I know. Oh, other than that, other than my horrible diet, other than what else are we going to talk about? Yeah.
We've come out of our holes just to talk about this shit with you.
Firing. Yeah. No, it's hard. It's hard to do this shit sometimes. So
don't you look forward to January being over?
Yeah, I think we crushed your car in January, wasn't that part of a January block?
It just came up on a
memory?
Time hop memory. We put your car away a couple days ago.
See, that's
the Cavalier said goodbye at this time.
El Cavaliero. I still got it, man. I still nail it.
Still got it.
Yeah. But anyhow.
Yeah, January is definitely a time of death and renewal. We've already seen it with the famous people dying. You could do one's a little day. You want, however, January to end because then we know Danny's birthday is coming. And sometimes it comes early, sometimes it comes late in February, but usually it comes early in February. Sometimes it comes earlier than other days.
Sometimes it's early. Sometimes my birthday for you comes earlier than my birthday.
I think early is better than late. At least count your stars.
Yeah, you're thinking about it. Oh, I know. I get it.
There you go.
I get it. I just feel like for the last few years I've been really, ever since Mike turned 40, it's been a you're
it's been
40.
weighing on you.
It's your 40s, and then now I get to join the club, so I know it's not going to be fun for me.
I'm pretty sure your midlife crisis is going to go better than mine. So we're all cheering for you, but
I'm in mine, man.
Why? You got an unlimited roll of Kielbasa. That's a fucking
true.
dream.
I drive around in a Bratmobile. What do you drive?
But you have the Bratmobile extension that works right into your house.
God, I just want little mini sausages to be pulled out. That you can.
Okay,
easy. You get some of those Vienna. You get some of those Vienna sausages, bud.
No, they have to be on a line. Like the Mirthmobile.
Beyond Vienna sausages.
You take the can of Vienna sausages. You go to all the way to the other end of the aisle to where you get all your toiletries. You get some unscented, unflavored floss.
No. That's right. Tampons.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And then
not.
you also you go into the little travel section and you get that little tiny kit for sewing. And so that way
you're doing a popcorn Christmas tree wreath.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why not? You said that's
though.
what you want. Yes, of course you can eat it. That's why you get floss. That shit goes in your mouth.
Oh yeah, well, if you're doing that, if you're combining things, then that's a whole different story.
To you. I'm saying you're using the floss as the string. That way you can eat it off there and also, get in between your teeth.
Speaking of cool accessories, my buddy had his dad had an old Chevy truck, and he had installed. You'd open the glove box and it'd fall down, and you'd hit this button, and then whiskey would come out. I don't know how he did it back in the day, but you would just push it, and then he would just have whiskey in his little cup. He could just drink while he was driving.
That is a Homer Simpson indicator. That's a Homer Simpson indicator.
Definitely, yeah.
That's
but I guess my question I'm posing is, have you had any cool car things? Because I had something like a Mirthmobile, but it didn't have the thing. You know what I mean?
What did it have?
But it did have a bubble window in the back, which was kind of fun. You know what I mean? It was kind of 70s looking and perfect. I used to ride it down the alley in neutral because I didn't want to waste gas, and then I have to use it coming up the hill. But that was how I practiced to get my driver's license. Look at me now.
I would go down the back side of the Verrazano Bridge in neutral, thinking that I would save gas. Is that silly?
That's interesting, actually.
Is that silly? That's a lot.
You might.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was good for the transmission.
Yeah, but that's not good for the transmission. To just be like, I'm driving.
Just putting it in neutral and then dropping it back into fourth like that at the bottom of the hill.
No, I wouldn't be doing that.
And then going back in overdrive.
Does your car have a eco mode?
I don't know which one we're talking about.
I don't know the Prius. My car has a thing that you push and it just squirts out half of the gas from the. When you're accelerating. It
helps you make a getaway, right?
It just saves you gas somehow or another. But
it squirts it into your pursuers' faces. That's what it does with the gas.
Well, that's a different thing. See, that's the innovation we need. We need stuff like that. Yeah.
They were doing that stuff 50 years ago, right?
Yeah.
What stuff 50 years ago?
I don't know.
Licorice dispensers.
Much about.
The
Prius does not have echo mode, I don't think. I think it's sicko mode. The Prius has sicko mode where two machetes come out and they find whoever jacked up the car and stole my catalytic converter, and they get them back because that's the reality of January of death.
Speaking
2022. It happens.
Yeah. We got
it's hard out there for a lot of people. People need to steal stuff.
Yes, and specifically people who did not have my catalytic converter before and then briefly held it.
Did you get it back? Well, you said briefly held it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it's on its way back right now.
What do you think they resell them?
Just
How much
go to Willets Point. You can go to Willets Point and be like, "Hey,
I'll meet it there."
That's the car.
You ever play a video game where you know where the object is going to be, so you arrive before it gets there.
That's the last boss in Wolfenstein 3D. You have to know that he's coming before you get there. So if that's where you were going, I was like, I'm right there with you.
I figured if they want to kill your character in Grand Theft Auto 5, you just go to the dispensary and post up with a gun.
Oh, fuck. Guys, speaking of that, some assholes found my dad's phone number, my phone number, and Solo's phone number, and they've been calling people. I don't know if they cloned my phone. I don't know how that works. I'm not changing my number.
People?
They spoof. That looks like it's from you? You could just spoof whatever phone number it says,
Yeah, but it has their phone number on it.
Mike gives out my address all the time, so it might be Mike. I would check in first.
Hey, we haven't done that in a long time.
I know.
Yeah, if you have a problem with it, let us know at 347-470-8150. The Danny and Mike line is still open for business.
Still open.
And
we
love
actually
your
have
voicemails.
a few. We'll do one of those at some point.
We're thankful to communicate with the people. You could also, drop us a line and tell them, Jeremy.
347-470-8150. He's getting there. It only took a year. That's what we've been doing this past 7 months or whatever, 4 months we missed.
Making voicemail messages
trying to
for
get
each
Danny
other.
to learn all of our codes.
I say it at night 3 times before I go to bed, and I say it twice when I wake up in the morning, and once when I do my first poopy.
What do you say?
347-470-8150.
He's got it. It's in there for life. And you can be in there for life if you let us know.
It's probably the only phone number I can remember, to be completely honest. Even some other ones I have.
I have a few phone numbers memorized. Yeah.
Like my old Ohio number from when I grew up as a kid. I know that, which is not ours anymore, but here's a for instance. Danny and I were at a comedy festival, and I don't know if we've ever told this story in the podcast, but we were at a comedy festival and I had a rental car. It was San Francisco, very beautiful festival. Shout out to the Sketchfest. But we late at night we went to an after party. I think this is how it went, and we may have been doing some things, some greenery things, maybe. And I was sober enough to drive. I was fine. So I drove, got out. I was staying in a house with cats, so I had to go get some sort of antihistamine. I went in with a box, a picture of the one that I used from the house that I was going to replace. And I was looking.
A box of Sudafed?
Yeah, so I was in like a CVS or something in San Fran, and I was looking at these things. It probably took like 15 minutes. Danny's sitting out in the car. My phone's out there. I didn't take it in or anything. And I go finally check out after 17 minutes or something. And I go outside and he is nowhere to be found. It is like 3 a.m. in San Francisco. And he is completely, and I'm a little stoned. So I'm like, I start thinking things like, maybe I have always been here. Maybe this has always been my life.
Did he take the car?
Did he take the car? San Francisco.
I've never existed.
Yeah.
He took the car with
never existed at all. It's you really start thinking about.
I got whooped up by the police, and I had to move the car.
Well, yeah. Long story short, he left, and this didn't. I mean, my phone was in the car, so it's not like he could text me and say. So I had to track down a cop and say, "Hey, listen, my buddy," and I didn't know his phone number. Listen,
I'm having a freak out, and my buddy just is.
And I tried to play it cool, and of course, he went and looked around the block for him. Couldn't find him, and then I realized, oh shit, you can call my phone. I knew my phone number. So he called, Danny answered. The cop called him, I guess. Danny answered and then got the address. And I got a ride in the cop car in the front seat all the way to the rental, to Joe's house, actually. So that was the thing. Don't ever leave your phone in the car when you go in for an errand.
And don't talk to a cop, and do not let a cop use your phone. Like, God, what were you doing letting that cop use your phone?
Well, luckily I'm glad I was in there. I mean, I wish I'd have had it, but I'm glad it was there because otherwise I would have been living on the streets in San Francisco. We wouldn't be doing this right now. I just would have folded in.
We could still be doing this.
I'd like to say that I wasn't inebriated that I couldn't drive a car. I wasn't inebriated.
Yeah,
I had been
I think
drinking,
weed's a little different. Personally, that's my
repeated disclaimers. I think are all you guys need. I think our audience
legally
is savvy enough
to
understand that.
Okay. I think we're all right. But yeah, it scared the shit out of me. I was just alone in a city.
Have you ever gotten a ticket that then goes to the rental car company that then never shows up to you, that then gives a huge bill because it hasn't been paid and it's in,
that part about not
Indiana.
showing up to me? Tell me about that, because it seems like you just ignore them or don't look at them. I mean, it seems that's completely feasible. That's what everybody would do. But
I got 2 parking tickets in Portugal, and I had to figure it out once I came back.
They're registered. The car is not registered to you. It's registered to the rental company. So that's where the tickets are going to go. I figure.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I wouldn't know because I don't drive cars elsewhere.
The problem with all
I don't
these
know because I don't rent
cars.
I don't rent cars. My name is Michael C. Maronna. I own cars.
What an idiot,
I got a couple
right?
of them.
No, what a jerk.
Yeah, I don't know. They have a thing now where they'll just charge you by your license plate and send it to you, and then they'll send it to the rental company, and of course the rental company, as you say, I look at my mail.
You get a surcharge.
I'm like, yes, and they say and
that's where they got you.
Yeah, it sucks. I could complain all day about this cars. We have half of an episode basically. So what can we talk about? Have you
ever thought about like taking the train back to Ohio? Is there any it's like it's ridiculous. It takes a long time to get there.
I mean, sucks, my younger days, I thought about doing the Greyhound, but then that guy got decapitated on one, and then I was just like pumping the brakes a little bit. On the bus, on the Greyhound. Never been on the I don't think I've ever been on the Chinatown bus to Boston that gets you there in like record time because they don't stop.
They go everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I got
they drive at unsafe speeds.
One time,
Chicago.
One time, I had to play a gig with Midnight Spaghetti, and I had to.
What's the full name of that band?
Midnight Spaghetti and the Chocolate G-Strings, and I had to go all the way to DC to get picked up to play the show, and it was good money, and I could only do it if I came back that night, and so I had to take like a night Chinatown bus from DC back to New York, and it broke down in the bores in the tunnel underneath Baltimore and sat there and fucked traffic up for an hour and a half, 2 hours. They had to like pull us out in like one of those gigantic tow trucks, like the tow trucks that tow the tow trucks.
Yeah.
Like big boys.
Yeah. Alfie's favorite, big wheels.
And then they couldn't find the second bus, and the guy who was in the second bus, it was a nightmare. It was also the last time I ever took that bus. And on the way down, I had to fight a Chinese businessman for my elbow space because he was sitting next to me, and he was.
Oh well, at least it wasn't for market share.
He was man spreading, and we were literally like pretty much fighting the whole time. Like,
you were joint fencing.
It was really uncomfortable. I won.
You were fencing with elbow and knee, right?
Yes.
Not down all the way down to the feet. All the way down to the feet.
Elbow. It was elbow and my calf. It was
and
like
knee.
Yeah. Well, mostly calf. I was trying to push the calf out to be like, yo, dude, I need a little bit of space here. Anyway, it's the worst. I will never do it again.
It's weird how people. Because I'll put in my mind, I put a separator, but like on an airplane or something, I just put a separator between us, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take half of that armrest. I'm just gonna put my elbow on it. Whatever 25% real estate that I own legally that I've purchased. I guess it's different in a bus, but
no, it's the same. It's the same exact thing.
I guess
that's why I keep the window seat so I can just lie against the side of a plane for the entire trip.
Love them.
Hey, listeners, if you're ever in an airplane and you see a guy that looks like me and I'm in the window seat, it's probably me.
It's probably me. Don't be afraid to say
the seats. It's probably him.
And
it's
probably him.
And if Michael C. Maronna and Jeremy and I are all sitting in the same aisle.
Yeah.
And Jeremy is in the
that vapor in the air. That's just from the air system. That don't just disregard it completely. That is from the airplane.
No, we have to be nice, and somebody has to sit in the middle. That's like it's pulling the shortest straw.
And guess, listener, if you were doing a poll right now of who would sit in the middle between Danny, Mike, and myself, who do you think would be automatically assigned to that middle seat? You're correct. It was me most times. Yes. So for the record, I'm saying you mostly get the window seat, and I think Mike's had an aisle seat a couple times.
I was going to say much like the layout of this podcast right now. You're in the middle.
A lot of weird. We're getting our groove back. Yeah, we're all Stellas right now. Just trying to get it back.
We are all stars, Jeremy. We are all made of stars.
Yeah, stardust. This is new. I think I'm going to buy a green laser to try to contact aliens. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but
I have a red laser that I play with Pokey with. She loves to chase that shit right up the wall.
I got to do it. I'm getting
cabinets,
I'm getting
doors,
into it.
Everything.
You just wait.
Rugs.
I'm going to send pictures, and I'm just going to have some friends from the great beyond. Actually, that new telescope looks amazing. I don't know if you've seen any of the. I haven't seen pictures from it, but
the web. You're a big web guy.
It's like you can see
WEBB.
You can no, the new one they put, is that the Webb?
Yeah, James Webb.
But basically I think there was a photo of two, and like you see these little galaxies, and that's our whole entire galaxy, and there's like 30 of them, and just my mind races because I'm like, there has to be somebody with a fucking spaceship on one of these motherfuckers. Like, just fly down and say, hey, I want one picture.
You big X-Files guy, Jeremy?
Guy. How much paranormal caught on tape do you need to watch to know that is real, and they're all there, and all that stuff is real, and weird little clouds that move too slow and don't look like other clouds are fucking alien.
Yeah. No,
the Air Force said so, didn't they?
Yeah, the Air Force said so.
Yeah, they don't know.
They did.
Unexplained aerial phenomenon. Yes. Yeah.
So, Jeremy, what is that like? Do you think, because I feel like we got to fix our problems here. We can't be, the waiting for Superman of, the world thinking, oh, aliens are going to come here and save and fix shit for us. I feel like we have to solve our own problems here.
I think you're right, but my guess would be, unless they found some sort of nirvana or like eternal peace, they're probably going to be the same as us with the same problems and the same, they have one guy, pair of three aliens, like take a spaceship, like on a tour, and then this one alien that does a lot of the legwork, he gets put right in the middle chair.
It's really so telling. It's really telling and special to see when those reports come out that
why are they gendered?
Alien life also has a 33% divorce rate.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's the same. Yeah. I mean, we're, galaxy wide, I don't know, but yes, I think those stats.
The weirdest. It's like the aliens have 7 hearts, but they also have the second highest cardiovascular disease in the solar system.
Incident. They're really a lot like us. Yeah. Jeremy, is that what you're looking for? Are you looking to feel this? No, seriously, are you looking to feel this communion with something elsewhere? Because I have said this before on the show, but maybe you want to search this out right now, Jeremy. Get your fact checker fingers out. Jeremy reminds me most of Marty, who played the alien in Space Geeks and Johnny Unitas. Wow. He had open heart surgery, so kind of like I feel like you had a kinship with him in a way, but also. Are you searching him right now?
I'm looking.
It's gonna be tough. That's a tough. I like how Michael's like an obscure, fucking Pete and Pete reference.
Show me.
Bring it up.
Show
now.
me Saint Ronan of Ainsley. What do you think, Dan? Does Jeremy look a little bit like Marty to you? Does you get that reminder a little bit now that I say it?
I can't tell you who Marty is.
We have to watch
Marty in the museum, bro. Marty in the museum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll do a rewatch.
I'm losing my Pete and Pete cred right now. Why don't we talk about that for the listener?
You could save it. You could save it by renaming your kid Artie from Alphonse.
We might finally start rewatching Pete and Pete and giving our own DVD commentary.
Yeah, Jeremy is proud to announce his newest podcast venture, Wellsville Boys, in which 2 guys who have never watched Pete and Pete before get together and watch a show.
It's gonna be huge.
That's Marty.
That's pretty close. I had that hair. 100%.
I remember that kid.
100%.
You totally had that hair. I remember your old pictures. Yeah. Let it roll a little bit. He does all this like alien spindly stuff, and it's just like I feel like it's what you're looking for. Okay, get rid of that.
All right.
Yeah, you want to give it. This is. We're editing this out for a podcast and keeping it for the Patreon
video
for the listener. Yeah, for the listener. Jeremy just brought up some old video, and I was vindicated.
We want to do some rewatching. The boys are gonna maybe do some rewatching and some fun will be had, and maybe even some games. I don't know. Could be.
Your assignment, if you choose to accept it, is to
continue to listen to us.
Oh, well, that too. Thanks to the listeners. Thank you for making this happen. Jeremy's assignment is to watch an episode of Pete and Pete he's never watched before.
I can do that
with a person.
I feel like I should watch the last episode ever. I feel like that's
Saturday.
Maybe start there.
It's kind of a.
And you all walk behind the ice cream truck.
It's weird. It's a weird ending that wasn't going to be an ending that turned into the ending.
Yeah, it's a coda. It's a coda without
because
you must have some musical terms, Dan.
Because they got what musical terms?
What do you call that when a theme ends without? What do you call that when a theme ends without being resolved?
A deceptive cadence.
I don't think it's deceptive cadence.
Well,
When I tell G that I don't believe him, I think he's lying about something. He says, "I believe myself."
Sketchy.
He looks at me and says, "I believe myself."
That is like, that's teenage talk right there. You've got it.
It's crazy. I'm thinking about all the mind shit that I used to do at that age. I don't think I was this argumentative. Awesome. They're learning.
Send him to grandma.
She loves it.
Over the holidays, we were at my parents' house, and I was trying to put Alfie to sleep, and he kicked me in the balls, and it hurt really bad. And I went down. I was like, oh, and I made a big deal of it. I didn't mean to, but I did because it fucking hurt. And I said, you got to be careful. And he said, you can't hit Daddy's penis like that. And he said, I like kicking Daddy's penis.
Yeah.
I love it, Daddy. I love to kick your penis. And I have it. I didn't, not the video, just the audio of it. And the way he raises the way he raises the stakes to be really rub it in. I love
George
it, Daddy.
Just to rub it in a little more. Yeah.
I love to kick your penis.
Might have to work on that. Yeah. You could tell him things like, if you really try hard and you really keep dick kicking and you really put a lot into it.
You can kick Daddy's. You can kick Grandpa's.
No, you could go play in the NBA because there's a guy in the former college Duke guy who just kicked people in the dick all the time and still plays basketball.
Kicked me. You know what? A guy kicked me in the nuts in basketball.
Really?
Thank you for reminding me, Jeremy. Yes.
Well, it was much easier. It was much easier to do in the 90s with very long shorts because you couldn't really tell where the legs and the feet were coming from.
Yes.
But
once the
Fab
Five came through. Yeah. Once the Fab Five came through,
Bill Lambier was never able to discreet. Bill Lambier was never able to discreetly kick anyone in.
Could not. Yes.
If anybody ever pulls your chain wallet out of your wallet and holds it in front of you and just says, "Hey, can try to grab it out of the air," don't do it because it's just going to swing back and going to hit you in the dick. People have done that to me. They've been like, "Hey, you ever saw this trick?"
How many times?
It's like, yeah, you just hold this here, and he held it by put it in my hand. And he's like, "All right." So then I just hold this up here, and then he just let it go, and it was just hit me right in my testes. Oddly enough, in the sore testes, it was very sore around that time. So that'll rear its ugly head again.
How did they know? How were you targeted like that?
It was a coincidence. It was a major coincidence.
Some people have the ability to look at people and be like, "You're having a girl." Jeremy is able to look at people, or people are able to look at Jeremy, and they're like, "Oh, he's got tender testes."
Yeah, it's written all over your balls.
That right one you got to keep an eye on, boy. Yeah. Everybody had something. I thought you were going to say that I could just squat down to anyone's testes and tell what gender of the baby it was going to be, because that would be.
That's a fun.
I've
never been wrong. Pull your pants down, Johnny.
Dung it, yeah.
You've heard of assigned female at birth. Now meet assigned female by Jeremy.
I can tell which sperm is going to be what before it even leaves the body.
I do not believe you. I think they move too fast for you.
I don't know.
That's like Neo. That's like Neo, knowing about every single one of those bullets that he stops before they hit him.
There's probably been
that's
a porn Matrix.
That's like him knowing who made each of those bullets in the factory.
Well, you got to be regular about it, okay? If you go a couple days without letting your guys out, they're gonna swim in circles and you'll never get pregnant. That's what I heard.
What do you mean, let your guys out? First of all, disgusting. Don't say that like that. That's weird. Second of all, what do you mean? Do you mean wear less tight underwear?
No. If you're trying to have a baby, you want to be ejaculating frequently to keep your sperm fresh.
Okay.
Must we really? There is a post fertilization analog, and that is that alligator eggs will incubate at a high temperature, and at a certain cutoff, the gender of the hatchlings is affected one way or the other.
Oh. So you're saying that people in the alligator farm, if they wanted to, can play God and pick and choose
No, I think he's saying I should inject gator blood into my veins so I can actually make this whole seeing the gender through the testicles thing real.
Do you remember me getting gator when we went down to Florida? Like ordering gator at someplace that we went to. I remember going to Whataburger with you. I don't remember getting.
That was in It was at Gainesville. Must have been Gainesville. I feel like Gainesville. Gainesville feels like real alligator eating town.
I feel like we looked at records in Gainesville, didn't we?
Sure. And Mike ate gator.
Got a sticker.
Oh, where did we look at records?
Isn't that the record store? Isn't that the record store where you guys fought over the record, and now you guys have domestic partnership over a certain record? I think
you still have that record.
The Gene Krupa record. Yeah, I got it right now. Yeah, the Gene Krupa record.
I think I had 2 years ago in a bag.
Oopsies. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up. I didn't mean to bring up some old shit. Didn't mean to bring up some old shit, guys.
I know. Well, that's the other thing about missing Christmas is like we missed our record exchange.
I know. I have 2 records for you. Do you want me to do it over here? Do you want me to just show you?
Oh, I have your St. Stephen's Day record over here, and your birthday record, and your Christmas record.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I have your Boxing Day records.
And your anniversary record.
Yeah. They're Jack Johnson's. Get it?
Right.
Boxing Day,
and your
Jack
Easter
Johnson.
record.
Your Jack
and
Johnson's.
Your Easter record.
Guys.
No Jack
Boxing
Johnson
Day
references.
Yeah. Well, it's Jack Johnson.
Only John Mayer references
it's
when
Jack
guitar
Johnson,
playing
the boxer, not Jack Johnson, the records. But that's the joke, is that it's the record. I don't know if you got it. Yeah. I wasn't sure if you understood it, Jeremy. Yeah. I know Jeremy's so old he got to see Jack Johnson fight.
The fuck? If I was ringside. It was the guy with the bucket. Just the wet towels. The guy with the wet towels. I wish I haven't. That's one thing I do miss. We did go to. That was my birthday thing for a while. Was I'd go to boxing matches around my birthday, and can't fucking do that.
Yeah,
now.
we win a couple times.
Yeah, you can go. You're still allowed to go, Jeremy.
I know. Yeah, we got a photo. Or I think it was me, Tom, Danny. I don't know, a whole bunch of people went. My buddy Tom, and there were the Corona girls there, and of course they're wearing spandex and t-shirts, and they're showing their bellies.
I think due to climate change, people keep dying around your birthday because they're known as the dog days of summer. So it's really like not safe for people to be fighting at that wet bulb temperature that indicates human activity is very deadly.
That's a good point. Well, I did when I got my picture taken with the Corona guys. I pulled my shirt up so I could show my belly too.
Only the most vulnerable. You did? You did the elderly.
Oh yeah, I got it. I'll send
non-air conditioned New York City apartment. August 2nd deaths there have been over his birthday.
79 right now in the old Seltzer King studio. Boys, you're gonna have to get on it and come. We got to record one more here before this place wraps up, which is happening rapidly. Pretty soon.
Did you find a place?
We're looking to move out by February 1st if we can.
Did you find a place?
Still looking. We'll talk. We could talk about that off the pod, but yes, I'm just saying in general for the original.
We want the deets because one does not simply move and then find a place.
Did you guys
know? Finds a place.
I feel like Jeremy, you should just move to Yonkers because it's going to be the Burbank of Los Angeles. Have you seen that article?
Everyone is saying Yonkers.
Building the stages.
Lionsgate. Lionsgate.
When you do your taxes, you would have to check. That
City of Yonkers,
which I never understood why they have a whole separate.
City of Yonkers, yes, that's always they have their own taxes. It's annoying.
I don't know why.
It's a very interesting city. It's like how would you compare it to?
It's like Shreveport, like Louisiana of New York.
I was going to say Phoenix City, Alabama, but that's fine. That's just fine.
Yeah, it's still ballparky. I did a job in Shreveport, Louisiana. Our hotels overlooked a Waffle House. It's pretty special.
I got lost in Yonkers.
I would have put a zip line in and paid extra for that room.
And then there was a gas station with a casino in it, which was fun too.
I guess then that's always runs the risk of a Waffle House customer climbing up the zip line.
I got lost in Yonkers. I found a mafioso type guy, and he befriended me and took me home.
Lost in Yonkers? Very funny. Danny Gerard, not Danny Tamberelli.
Is that a movie?
Do you remember a kid? Do you remember a kid named Danny Tuffarelli who used to audition around the same time?
No, did he always go like 10 minutes after you or something?
I'd always see him and be like Tamberelli and then Tuffarelli. I was like, you motherfucker.
Tuffarelli. Oh, that'd be great.
He's a nice kid, nice guy.
He's your Jimmy Taco. I'm gonna say that line.
J-Talk. Well, we're speeding towards the end here of our comeback episode. I'm not sure content-wise it's been top 10 out of 10, but you know what? They're not all 10s. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get 6 in there.
If you want me to sit here and talk about the last 3 months being bad with family,
well, we did that for 10 minutes.
None of us want to hear any of that.
That's why it's tough.
We want to hear it from you and turn it into content that we turn around and sell to you at 347-470-8150. Give us your shittiest family stories, and we will not exploit them. We will simply listen to them and sympathize. And if you leave a callback number, there's always a chance that we will call you back. There's always that chance.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, that episode I didn't record the audio correctly. So, shout out to Maggie from Dayton, I believe she called. Every time when I drive home or to Ohio, I see Pataskala.
He shakes a fist, yeah.
Pataskala.
Pataskala.
Just going to leave those both there for her. We are. We're trying to get back on schedule.
Stay tuned to us, please. We're not going through growing pains. We're just figuring out what else to do.
It's hard. Yeah, it's just life stuff.
We'll repairing the Bratmobile. We're not
repairing the Bratmobile.
We're not moving out on you. We're not running out on you. We're just repairing the Bratmobile.
We're going to get a quart of slime
milk.
Or whatever.
Cigarettes, a quart of cigarettes, a whole quart.
Pack of cigarettes, and we'll see.
And we're coming back.
Yeah. No, but we got a very nice message from someone that I had forwarded to you guys that said, I hope you guys are still making podcasts. Like you during these times, you're all I listen to. And I'm just like, that's amazing. First of all, thank you for doing that. And thank you we love it too. We want to do it. And we're just trying to get through the rough parts and still have something good that people would listen to. So we thank you for sticking with us.
We're happy to announce that we now accept Patreon payments in P
Seltzer coin is coming.
And thanks.
Krebcoin.
Yes, no.
Zeppeli coin, also known as funnel coin, depending on how you like.
Ripper coin, yeah.
Overseas
all the time and cut in half.
Overseas, yeah. There's a Ruts Hut coin. Yeah, that is just strictly rippers.
Ripper coin. Could be so much. It's a lot.
It's a great idea for Ruts Hut. Well, that would be a good one. Hey, Rut, every 10 dogs, you get a free one. You call it Ripper coin. Hey, you get 10.
That's not bad. I think
that's good. I would eat 10 to get an 11th for free.
What would you do?
Not in one sitting, but
not in one sitting.
Not in one sitting, but
what? How about over a day?
Taylor ham coin, T coin. No, it's not gonna.
Could you eat 5 for breakfast and 5 for lunch? How about that?
That'd be a rough night.
I could do that. I don't know.
I ain't no Joey Chestnut.
Did you have your beloved Taylor ham when you went back to?
I ain't no fake chestnut neither.
Yes,
I guess you still eat it on the regs. Yeah,
I don't eat it on the regs. You know, I'm not proud of this, and I shouldn't say this to everyone who's listening, but I let a log of Taylor ham go bad in my fridge.
Wow, go bad.
Yeah.
That's the one your mother-in-law gave you?
You're going to be charged the non-resident Easy Pass toll.
I know.
You're going to be charged the New Yorker Easy Pass toll next time you go across.
Yeah.
Arguing about losing the transport
Abby's has just put your name up. It costs me
so much to go over the damn Delaware now. It is so expensive.
Oh, Towers at Abbey.
Abby's Diner just put your name up on the not wanted
Go listen to that episode. Yeah, Towers at Abbey episode. If you want something else to listen to after if you want a Taylor Ham,
need some Taylor Ham related content.
That's right.
You just need to know. You just need to know that Danny's name in my phone is still, after all these years of us going there, Taylor Hamberelli.
Taylor Hamberelli.
And I have to. And I will start to text him and write DAN, and my brother comes up and I'm saying, "Where's my fake brother?" And then I realize that I have to backspace that and spell it Taylor.
Don't tell my son that you have me named Taylor somewhere, because he's obsessed with this little girl named Taylor from a movie that we watched over the holidays. It's a holiday movie called Heaven Sent.
Oh no!
And it's really
you know what?
bad.
They're all named Taylor in that movie, and no offense to our fans, our listeners who like Taylor. names.
A lot of Alyssas.
We know there's a lot of tailors out there, but likely there are also a lot of sailors, a lot of candlestick makers.
He doesn't say
bakers.
That. He doesn't wake up. He doesn't wake up in the middle of the night and want to come into the bed and talk about candle makers. He's talking about Taylor.
Right.
Dada, I want to see Taylor now.
Okay.
Was Taylor
I think your kid is Dieter from Sprockets. Actually, he's not. He's not your boy anymore.
He does. He also speaks with an English accent. He says, "I don't like things." He doesn't like them.
Well, you have to think about your surroundings. He's picking up language from everybody around you. So the human brain at his age is amazing. What a fucking fertile freaking organ. You know what I mean? It absorbs everything. So
taking in some bodegas.
He's hearing everybody talk.
It's absorbing everything.
Just don't play that Michelin Web.
He also says he also started. We've been making kinetic sandcastles, and he knocked one over the other day, and he brought it to me. And he said, "Daddy, it got fucked up." And I went, "What'd you say?" I said, he said, "It got fucked up." And I was like, "You messed up." He said, "Yeah, Daddy, messed up." So now I'm trying to not say fuck so much.
You just can't talk on the phone around your kid.
I can't say anything. I can't say anything.
You're not allowed to. No, you're just not allowed to talk on the
kid.
phone around your kid. You just can't talk on the phone around your kid.
This is bad.
Ever.
We were watching, because he's in a toddler bed now. So when he takes his nap, he gets up himself and comes in, which is a new thing for us.
Wow.
So we're just hanging out on the watching TV or something, and all of a sudden you hear the door and little pitter patter, and it's like, "Hello, Mama. Hello, Daddy."
That's incredible.
And it's very funny, but we were watching Big Mouth the other day, and he's like, "I like this cartoon." And I'm like, "No, we can't be watching this."
No.
But we kept letting it play, and messed up things were happening, and I was like, "I gotta turn this off."
Yeah, I still have to see that.
What a weird season. I think.
What example are you setting?
The new Big Mouth season was really good.
Well,
really good, but it was weird. I did turn it off.
Yeah,
but after I turned it off when the credits are on. We had 6 minutes. We had 6 minutes left. I had to finish it. Yeah, he could have slept in his bed for another 6 minutes.
Put a lock on that door on the outside.
There's no snooze button on a kid.
There's no snooze button on a kid. I tried so many.
No snooze button.
The only snooze button I have is a PBS games app on my phone. That's he can play these Daniel Tiger games at 7:10 in the morning when he wakes up, and I can get another 20-30 minutes of half sleeping. It's great.
Don't you have to authorize purchases every?
No,
he needs your thumbprint to authorize purchases every so often.
Because God bless PBS kids, because they know exactly what they're doing. It's all in there. They can't really get out of it. It's great. He loves it. It's just Daniel Tiger
it's really
games.
It's really Mr. Rogers' jail. It's not Mr. Rogers'
it's
neighborhood.
The house
it's Mr. Rogers' compound.
Mr. Rogers built. Is that true?
It's called
PBS?
It's Mr. Rogers' Candy Crush is what it is.
What?
Yeah,
that's the actual game.
No, guys.
I was gonna say you have puppets and doing the thing. Okay.
Well, I'd just like to tell everyone we're part of the Last Podcast Network. I don't know if they want to. I don't know if they want us to tell you that anymore.
I don't think they will.
It's January. It's a time of death and renewal.
Yeah, and stay strong out there.
We will come back next week with some version of this podcast. We might do some. we might throw some new shit your way. Who knows?
Well,
you don't know. You never know.
You never know.
We can chop this out if you want, but we can announce the next week's guest if you want.
Just dare to be different. Whatever it is that happens.
Do it.
Next week we are recording with Danny's old friend. I'm presuming he's your old friend because he's in that world for so long. Mr. Mark Summers. Huge interview. It's going to be a lot of fun to pick his brain on slime. It's going to be a talk.
I don't know if I'm going to be interviewing him. If you have questions, Jeremy, I'm happy for you. I would love it. I would love it if you produced the show.
Typically on most podcasts,
if you have questions, let us know at 347-470-8150.
Questions for Mark Summers. Maybe you have some weird Pete and Pete crossover with Double Dare that you want to pitch. Maybe you have adult, whatever. You send us those messages on the twits. You can find us at Danny and Mike on most of the socials, and Danny's at D Tamberelli on Twitter, at Danny Tamberelli on the Insta. Michael's at Michael C. Maronna on the Twitters. I am at Remy Balon, REMYBALON on most things. Seltzer Kings on others. But what else do we... Oh, check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/Danny and Mike with the N spelled out or not. I don't care. Do what
Expecting
you want.
payments at Peatcoin.
That's right. No, it's Krebcoin now. He didn't send an updated email on it, but it's Krebcoin. That's about all we have, I think. Thank you all for tuning in and sticking with us. We love you all and hope January is going fine, and hopefully we all make it to February.
Yeah, it's my 40th birthday. You better make it.
It's going to be fine.
Look forward to it, Dan.
Let's try to be positive. Mike's right. Love you, boys.
Bye.
No more letters. No more letters. Peace and love. No more letters.
You can send us letters to Mike's address. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamberelli and Michael C. Maronna. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balon. The podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.